Hello. I wanted to mention today that if my videos have slowed down in their frequency of late, it was because I've been working very hard on a new book called The Magician's I Ching. And it is, you might have seen from earlier videos that I had already done a few years back, a very rudimentary version of the I Ching. The I Ching is an ancient Chinese divination system. And so, as you can tell, divination is one of the subjects that is of great interest to me because every divination system that is actually profound, anyways, is also a cosmology system, and it's a system of understanding reality, and that's the real utility of these systems. And the I Ching is one of the most fascinating. It's one of the oldest books that we have that has been in constant use for 3,000 years since it was first put into a format of writing. We've been always using it, and you can only say that really about a couple of other texts in the entire world. And in this book, it has a system of oracles that are based on mathematical principles, including some very advanced ones. And we found out, for example, in the 17th century in Europe, when the Europeans first heard of the I Ching, you had Leibniz, who had designed the binary system. He had just started working on this sort of thing, and here he was shown by a Jesuit friend of his that had been a missionary in China, the I Ching, because the Jesuit recognized there was something familiar there. And Leibniz was blown away when he realized that the binary code concept that he had just invented, or he thought he had been used by the Chinese in the I Ching for thousands of years. And today we're discovering other things because there's also some. I'm not a mathematician, but some mathematicians have uncovered elements of Boolean algebra in the I Ching, very advanced stuff, and there are, from the point of view of a kind of a metaphysician, the I Ching, when you look at what it talks about or shows in the nuclear hexagrams, and you start to understand what it's trying to communicate, you realize that it's talking about levels of, at the surface of time and space, of understanding how to chart or how to measure the course of time and space. And then beyond that, it's got within it hyperdimensional space. It has models of different dimensions within space that are beyond the dimensions that we would normally operate in on our everyday basis. So it's full of fascinating elements. And I'm writing this book that is going to be a practical I Ching for use, particularly in general, by people in the West, that you don't really need beyond the book to understand a lot about Taoism or Confucianism or Chinese history to be able to use it and to use it effectively. I tried to make the language as accessible to everyone as possible. Um, and at the same time, specifically geared to people who are interested in the Western esoteric tradition, in the practices of the Hermetics, of alchemy, astrology, Kabbalah, of magic, and to incorporate how the I Ching can relate to somebody who is a practitioner. And whether you're a Buddhist practitioner, whether you're a Christian practitioner, whether you're a Western magician, a Thelemite, or a pagan, or whatever, you're going to be able to find a utility in the I Ching. I'm not actually making this video, however, to try to shell my book because it's not even in print yet. It's not published yet, and there might be some other information about that in the future. I'm actually making this video to say that if you're interested in the subject, and that if you want to discuss more about it or know more about it, going along with this project of this book, I have started a Facebook group called The Magician's I Ching, and you will find the link to it below in the description of this video. And I would invite you, if you're on Facebook, and if not, maybe you want to join just for this, to get on the Magician's I Ching, and we've got quite a few members there, and we have some very interesting discussion ranging everywhere from hi, I'm a complete beginner to talking about very advanced ideas in the I Ching. And so it's a great place if you're already into the I Ching or want to be into the I Ching, um, or you've been into the I Ching and you want to kind of get back into it. If you want to have some inspiration, it's a very good group. And we would appreciate if you would like to join and help to contribute to making it a more interesting group on the study of the I Ching. So check out the link and feel free to join up, and feel free to share the link if you know somebody else that might be interested. Thank you very much.